San Miguel, Scotty, has done just a super job of switching on defense. I've said that ad nauseum, but it is true. Coach Alab has done a masterful job.
Yeah, and Singapore is shooting 36% from the field now and 10% from three. They're just all their shots are contested. All their shots are tough, and that's from that switchability with Domingo and all their defenders, Balkman and Ramos. And when they turn it on defensively, they're so hard to match up with.
Something was going to have to give. We saw Singapore leading by 2 despite the first half shooting 30.8%. Now shooting a little bit better, but going away with it is Alab. Getting away is Larry Liu, but can't finish it, and that has been the problem for Singapore. They've had the open looks. Bachman again inside, opposite side. Tondo rotates the ball. Wide open look. Great ball movement by Singapore. 3 second violation.
You said ball movement, Chuck, and Alab went from 8 assists at halftime to 19 at the end of that third quarter, and it's all their ability to move that basketball and trust their teammates. And when they do that, it's very hard to match up defensively with them.
They lead the league in assists at 27.8 per game. Alexander, there's a screen by Fields. Clean him up a little bit. Boy, a lot of contact there. No foul. Alexander makes a finish anyway. So still no Jaron Young. That 5 fouls sticks. We thought maybe he had 3 and 4, maybe hoping to do so maybe, but he only had 4 fouls. But no, he was saddled on the bench. Velcro. Nice job by Albano getting away. What a spark plug he is. 2 by Ramos. Can't hit it. So 9-point lead. Opportunity for Singapore to get it within 6 or 7. Alexander. Yo-yoing down the right-hand side. Larry Liu wide open looking threes were way off the mark. That time punching it back outside, but right into the path of Domingo, who does a good job of covering the lane. Albano on the run off the mark. Difficult angle right there. San Miguel doesn't want to get away from what made them successful in that first half. Fields spin move inside. That time work off the back.
Great movement, John Fields. 17 points now. It's only a 7-point game.
Bachman trying to do a little bit too much with the follow. I think by Domingo. Or was it Bachman that got a hand on it?
Bachman's been everywhere. 9 of 14. He's got 25 points, 8 rebounds today.
9-point lead. Alexander. Still Alexander. The lane tries to spin move. Knocked away from behind by Ramos, but he fouled. So for Ramos, that will be 3 on him. Another thing that San Miguel has done a great job of doing their timing when they do block. Remember, they had 7 blocks in the first half, but they don't really have anybody at this stage in that bad of foul trouble. Of course, Ramos and Bachman with 3. Parks with 3 as well. But they've been able to withstand the pressure and do a great job in the interior without fouling all over the place. Singapore, a very aggressive team. We know that they like to get inside the paint too. That's where they do most of their damage. The tables have been turned on Singapore a little bit today.
I like Singapore starting getting off to the rim, like you said, Chuck. They shot 26 free throws so far, compared to Alab's only 10. So a great couple takes to the rim to get the foul line for Xavier Alexander's last 2 possessions.
So back to a 7-point lead. Bachman, Ramos. Back in the hands of Albano. Albano working on him as Lynn. Lynn with the press legs. Albano, downstairs it goes, punched away, nice job on the front by Fields. Alexander sticks to the defenders up and in.
Xavier Alexander in the fourth quarter again his 18th point, great take back to that right hand.
71-66, and don't look now, Bachman now. They let him freelance. He gives it up, spin move, Domingo, Albano, finger roll, yes. So back to a 7-point lead.
Singapore keeps that happen. Havana, smallest man in the court, cuts right through the lane and finishes at the rim.
Alexander looking for space. Rolling off the screen is Fields. Downstairs it goes and a quick foul. Now will go on Albano. Number 25, his 3rd foul. So 1, 2, 3, 4. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas players with 3 fouls.
Go with a great recognition of Albano's honor. He steps in and seals him. He's had, again, a quietly very good game. 11 points so far, and everything has been touches and drop steps along the rim.
He's a much improved player, one of the local players that will get some consideration as far as big men for MVP this year. Han Bin checks back in the game. Lynn stays in. Fields for two. Front wings out on ball the floor, picking it up on the floor again. Finally, Domingo comes up with it. Under 7 minutes to go. Brisbane Tondo. Bachman. Alexander working on him. Looking for cutters. Back outside to Bobby Ray Park. Spin move working on him. He's got a big mismatch in him as far as height. The leaner inside is no good. Lim with the rebound. He's going to try and start the fast break. Oh boy, throws. Nope. Last up that Irvin Thomas and no backboard. Rotating out top to Alexander. Alexander will fire a three. Hand in his face. Can't get the ball. Ball on the ground. Nice hustle there by Unhong doing the foul.
14th offensive rebound for Singapore. It's been keeping them in the game. 15 second chance points for them now. This has been the difference for them in the way that they've been able to stay connected to the strong Alab Pilipinas team.
Third team foul by Alab. Waiting to come in the game, Chris Simononog. He's got a couple of points.
He's had a really good game for the Alab so far today. +8, plus minus.
Alexander. Post up. Over to Lim in the corner. Lim dashing inside the lane. Has the ball knocked away by Bachman. A little bit adventurous that time by Lim. Here comes Bachman. Bounce pass ahead of him. Get it out of here, says Alexander. It is pinned up against the glass. And it'll be Singapore ball.
Xavier Alexander having a really strong second half there. Now with 18 points and a real good contest there at the rim.
Under 6 minutes to go. Singapore starting to make some inroads without Jaron Young, and out of bounds it goes. Nice hands dashed in there by Josh Erzman Tondo. Ball hitting the sidelines, so it'll be Singapore ball.
How important was that Jaron Young picking up his 5th foul there in the third quarter?
Absolutely.
It's been the difference in when San Miguel went on that big, Alab went on that big 9-0 run.
Difference in the game right now. As we said, Singapore cannot afford to match baskets at this point with San Miguel. They're going to have to get some defensive stops. They've been doing that as of late. Lim off the dribble, still Lim trying to force his way. Nice pass over to Unhong. Off the glass, no good. On the floor it goes. Last touch by Singapore. They're going to say nice decision there by Chris Simononog to let it go. So it will be San Miguel ball. No, they switch it over. The other official says, nope.
Good job
I was
by
in
Coach
position
Neal.
and you weren't.
Coach Neal knew the call, got in the official's ear, and then stayed composed and got that call back.
Alexander. Delvin go. Downstairs to Alexander again. Fields spreads it out on the right side. Delvin goes. They'll catch and shoot for the ball. Blocked away again. By who else? Ramos. Quickly over to the right-hand side. Domingo back outside the Parks. Domingo scurries through. Alexander. Ramos. Simononog. 5 on the shot clock. Back over to Domingo. Domingo has the ball blocked away. Singapore coming away with it. Alexander in the open court. Still Alexander. Fields. He is fouled. John Fields feeling it right now. It is tough real estate. Watch this. Alexander on the break. Going downhill. He's got Bobby Parks ahead of him. And there, take your pick. See who they give the foul to. Simononog, I think. If it is Parks, that will be his 4th.
You've got to love the intensity in this game right now. That's a little bit of a playoff feeling here with this big crowd.
Hope you're enjoying as much as we are bringing it over to you here on Star Hub. Scott McKinnon and me, Chuck Schreiner. So happy you could spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us. And 2 stalwarts of the ABL 2018-19 season. Singapore at 13-7 in 3rd place. And the league leaders, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 16-4, trying to do the double on Singapore. They defeated Singapore 77-71 at their place back on December 23rd. They play each other twice. They are from different divisions. Singapore would desperately like to keep their 4-game winning streak alive. Shortening in the first one. Boy, Singapore has not shot the free throw shoot. The free throw shooting has not been good today.
Now 16 of 29, 60%. That's not going to get to it against the #1 team in the league.
and that's the third time Singapore has done that today. So, Alab working against Han Bin. Here comes the screen. Oh boy, getting away from his man. Jumping off the over the shoulder pass to Ramos on the trail. Ramos does the rest.
The second half, he's had 20 points now for PJ Ramos.
Back out to Fields. Fields looking for Alexander. Overload on that right-hand side. Also low in the game. Alexander getting inside, but half to the basket thwarted. Had to throw up a very awkward looking shot. Bachman losing the thread a little bit there. Albano over to Ramos. Ramos fires up a three. Not this time, but put back no good by Bachman. And Alexander comes away with it under 4 minutes to go. Singapore needing to do something quickly. Fields spin move on Ramos. Turns, fires off the glass. No good. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be retained by Singapore. Last touch by Albano. Watch Ramos again. Well, here's Bachman there over the pass. Beautiful peripheral vision there shown by Bachman over into the hands of Ramos, who does the rest. There it is again. Ramos uncontested. Fields on that right shoulder. Bounce pass through. Russell low. Left-handed hook too hard. Ramos pulls down the board. Back on Bachman and company. Under 3.5 to play. So starting to sort of sense something right now. Alab Pilipinas style is slowing it down, spreading it out. Albano pushing aside rim. Albano, great first step, but over the top it goes. It'll be Singapore ball. John Fields closing him down. Great job by John.
Great contest there. John Fields on the weak side help. He's always around the rim, getting to contest. Weak side, trying to block the shot, and he does a really good job of helping off of his man and then recovering.
So back comes Slingers, and they're going to have to pretty much score every time down the court now and get some stops along the way. Alexander rises and fires off the mark, a little bit short, and again, Singapore must be shooting about close to 32-33%. Looking on the end. Parks. There's the screen. Pops Alexander. Now Ramos again. Looking downstairs. Fires up another three. Going to be off the mark. Alexander gets the rebound. Back comes Singapore. Fields attacking the rim. No fear showed by Fields, but gets nothing for it. The statue is there to meet him. Albano left hand gets away from his defender. Up and in off the glass.
John Fields has a right to be frustrated. There are a lot of contact going to the rim. A great job of him challenging Ramos at the rim, and no call from the official.
Let's see, 77-66. So that will put him at the line. An opportunity now for, will it? No. They'll take it from the side, so no basket.
Larry Liu coming into the game, a shooter. A really good decision by Coach Johnston. Coach Neal trying to space the floor and get another three-point shooter out there.
Parks rotates out to Bachman inside and trying to front him off as Fields gets a little bit too late, and Ramos finishes it off again. Ramos now 22, Bachman 25. So the strategy there by Fields.
And the difference for Ramos in the second half is he started inside and then went outside instead of the opposite way. He's really successful when he does that. When he gets touches around the rims and then extends that range to the three-point line.
Fields coming out, double teaming Parks. Long three, right off the mark and skids out of bounds. That was number 4, Chris Simonalog.
You mentioned, Chuck, the last few possessions, Alab has really slowed it down. Went to that 1-7 ball. Ramos and Bachman in a pick and roll every single time.
Liu thought about it. Rotating. Desmond. Fields. 15-footer, no good. Ramos ripping down the board again. A minute and 30 to go. Bachman will continue to slow it up, and the crowd starting to sense that San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has done enough. 9-point lead. They trail by 2.5, so 11-point turnaround. Bachman, tomorrow, left-hand side, no good. Another offensive board, boy. Well, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has made a statement here in enemy territory today. Singapore Slingers very game long three. much to the delight of the Philippine fans who have paid their money to see their heroes do battle here at the OCBC Arena. Really had no answer for Jaron Young, as evidenced by the 19 points he had. He just played barely more than half the game, not even half the game. He was saddled with 2 fouls right at the beginning. He picked up the third and the fourth one before the half. They gambled. They played him in the third quarter, and he fairly quickly picked up foul number 5, and there you go. Your most dynamic player and the guy that at least matched up best with your opponents on the day is out of the game. So Singapore has been scrambling ever since, and the 80 points, Bachman and Ramos had 50 of them, so there you go. Delvin go. Back outside to Lou, wide open look on the other side. Back outside to Lou, catch and shoot for threes, though, way off the mark that time. Bobby Park stepped in the lane to pick it off. And 35 seconds to go. Here comes the trap. Ramos steps across half court, gets it, Coleman fires it over to Simonovic. Foul there, and that will go on Alexander trying for the steal.
And you gotta love the effort from the Slingers here. Only 26 seconds left in the game, and a 12-point game, and they're still trapping and trying to steal the basketball. It says a lot about their character and the resiliency that they have.
So for Alexander, that is 3 fouls on him. Checking out of the game will be Ramos, much to the delight of the visitors who have come here en masse to root on their heroes. And, you know, right or wrong, I mean, Jaron Young, his presence in the game just means so much. Some games more than others, but in a game like this, against a team like this, his skill set just matched up so well, especially when he's dribble penetrating, and also they were giving him a little bit of room. He was knocking down his shots, and just some fouls that he couldn't overcome. And don't want to say that's the only difference in the game, but it certainly was a big one.
Yeah, missing in the majority of the second half, like you said, was a big deal.
2 is off the mark. Alexander would get it. Less than 10 seconds to go. Over to the right-hand side. Inside now to Fields. Fields trying to find some room on the baseline. Can't get the ball, but he's fouled. He'll go the line. That will stop the clock at 0.4 seconds to go in the game.
Ronaldo Bachman finishing with 28 points, 13 rebounds, just a stat sheet stuffer. He's a really cool story. Had a contentious issue in the Philippines a couple of years ago, was banned from playing in the PBA, and it's just a real cool story of resiliency and owning their mistakes and going back. And now he's a fan favorite there. As you saw when he checked out, the entire crowd gave him a standing ovation. It's a really feel-good story, and you have to be happy for Ronaldo Bachman as a professional basketball player.
He was banned in 2013, was not reinstated in 2016. That's ancient history now. Gives to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas overcomes Singapore in enemy territory, 80-70. Take more of a stranglehold over first place. Singapore Slingers, well, they'll have to rue what could have been. They had Jaron Young in the game for more than they did, who seemingly had his way with the defense of San Miguel, but it wasn't to be. Inside game dominating for San Miguel, as we said, 28 points for Bachman and 22 for Ramos. 50 of their 80 points come on the inside, and can't say enough about Ronaldo Bachman. He plays every position on the court. Of course, the NBA experience, and then what about Ramos? 7'3", that basketball must feel kind of like a volleyball in his hands, able to connect on various plays down the court on the fast break. Singapore, that has been their game, the open court, but they were shown the way by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas today, Scotty.
Yeah, what an entertaining basketball game, and it's very nice for Singapore. Now they have the standard, and they know what the standard is, and that's a very tough squad in Alab Pilipinas. Very well coached, and a great mix of imports and locals.
Okay, so play of the day will be here in a moment for you. Singapore meeting in the center of the court. Nothing to be ashamed of for them. They still are in third place. Watch this. This is Alvano. The kickback outside. Bachman takes it to the house with authority. So that is our play of the day. Ronaldo Bachman. Pass from Alvano. Getting right around Alexander. Fields too late to do